All right, so the Red Sox wearing their City Connect uniforms take the field, and we'll take a look at the Yankees starting lineup brought to you by TikTok. Jake Bauers is in left field. Giancarlo Stanton bats second, and he's the DH. Second baseman Gleyber Torres hits third. Cleaning up first baseman Anthony Rizzo. DJ LeMahieu at third base will bat fifth. Batting sixth, playing center field Isaiah Kiner-Falefa. It's Billy McKinney in right. Jose Trevino behind the plate, and Anthony Volpe, the shortstop, is going to bat ninth.
And that lineup is going to face an opener. His name is Caleb Ort. Been in the big leagues about 3 years here in Boston. You can see on the season 14 games. This will be his first start. Kind of a mixed bag. He's getting up 3 homers. He does have 16 strikeouts in 15 1/3 innings. And let's check out the Nissan pitcher scouting report for Caleb Ort. And obviously the opener, but his stuff is a riding four-seam fastball in the mid-90s. It's above average in terms of sort of vertical riding action, and he's also got a sweeping slider, which also breaks a lot. So that's why he's in the big leagues. His stuff is good. We'll see how the Yankees handle him in either a 1 or a 2 inning outing here today.
That's his 4th stint with the Red Sox this year, so he's up and down on the Worcester shuttle, and that's been the deal for the last 3 seasons as well. Let's check out the defense behind him. It's presented by Buick. Duran is in left, Duvall is in center, Alex Verdugo over and right. In the infield, from third to first, Devers, Hernandez, Arroyo, and Turner. Wong's behind the plate, and Caleb Ort is on the mound with Yoshida as the DH. All right, Yankees are 39-31. The Red Sox are 535-35. Bauers is ready. Ort is ready. And let's do it here at Fenway. First pitch, a strike, and we're underway. John Tumpane, the home plate umpire. Edwin Jimenez at first. Brian Walsh at second. Hunter Wendelstedt is over at third. Another strike. Second game of the doubleheader as Severino against Brian Bayo. Missed outside. 1-2.
We're talking to Aaron Boone before the game, and he was really talking about Bauers, really feeling like they've unlocked something with him and his swing. The fact that he's leading off shows what they think about him. And Aaron Boone has been asked also, what do you want in a leadoff hitter? And he said, well, ideally, you'd like everything. Just a really good hitter right now, though, is the key. And that's how they feel about Bauers, putting him in the leadoff spot.
Driven down the right field line. It is a base hit, and it bounces into the seats for a double. Nice way to start the game for Bauers.
Well, good at bat. Got down 0-2. Gets a fastball right down the middle. And does not miss it. Just hammered down the line in one hop and into the stands.
So runner on second. And here is Stanton. Pitch inside. Since coming off the IL, remember, he missed 43 games, the left hamstring issue. Just 5 for 34, 147, and a 256 on base percentage. Stanton has not hit his stride at all. One and one. 1-2. From 2018 through the end of last year, his walk percentage was 11.7%. Not bad. This year, cut in half, 5.4. That's concerning. And the Yankee on base percentage as a team is .301, the 3rd worst in the majors. Just missed.
Well, that is a key, Michael, and you bring up those numbers, and it really shows a chase rate. Anytime you're not walking, you're chasing pitches out of the zone.
Strike 3, and he knew it. Take a look at the home plate umpire, John Tumpane. He's pitcher friendly, more strikes up and down, and John's in his 14th big league season.
A really unique strike 3 call. He's called the Ripper. Get another look at it here. Pretty easy call right there. A lot of plate, and here comes the Ripper.
Bounced up there, blocked by Wong. Now in a doubleheader, the home plate umpire does not have to work the second game. So they have a 5th umpire that will slide in and work the second game with the other 3. High fly ball. Deep left center. That ball is gone. Over the green monster. A 2-run home run for Torres. And the Yankees lead 2-0.
Big swing there from Gleyber Torres. Aggressive early in the count. Caleb Ort, a 2-pitch pitcher. Pretty much fastball slider, a lot of 4-seamers. You know what you're going to get. Gleyber was ready for it.
Here's Anthony Rizzo. Out back. Keys to the game, David, brought to you by your local Kia dealers.
Well, right on cue, jump the opener. I mean, that for the Yankees, that's a key. You play 2 games today. You can jump on this opener strategy they have. I think it's still Stantonian time. They need him to kind of replace Judge.
Grounder to Kike Hernandez. 2-away.
And the bullpens are rested, too, on both sides. They're ready to go, and this is right down the middle. Kind of running a little middle in, allowing Gleyber to cut him off at the pass and go deep. That's no cheapie. That's in the big part of the ballpark. As Gleyber hit that almost 106 miles an hour off the bat and 415 feet away.
Low to LeMahieu. 12th home run of the year. Has 37 runs batted in. Check that. Now 30 runs batted in. But does have 12 home runs. One and one.
I would expect Aaron Boone to be very aggressive in this game. His bullpens is very rested, so everybody's available.
One and two on DJ. LeMahieu likes playing against the Red Sox. Didn't start on Friday. Last 10 starts against Boston, 15 for 43. That's 349. But 236 on the season. Swing and a tip into the glove of Wong, and that'll do it. But a double by Bowers, and then Gleyber Torres takes it over the monster in left center field. A long blast. And when it lands, the Yankees have 2 runs with the Red Sox coming to bat. Sox starting lineup brought to you by TikTok. Alex Verdugo in right, Justin Turner at first. Rafael Devers, the third baseman, hits third. Cleaning up, center fielder Adam Duvall. Masataka Yoshida, the DH, will bat fifth. Batting sixth, the second baseman Christian Arroyo. Jaron Duran in left field. Kike Hernandez at short. Batting ninth and catching Connor Wong.
And it's going to be Clark Schmidt towing the slab at Fenway Park here on a Sunday afternoon. It'll be his 15th start on the year. Those numbers have progressively gotten much better since the start of the season, and 70 strikeouts is a good number there. And let's check out the Nissan pitcher scouting report and the big turnaround. We talked about it. He had almost 7 ERA in the first half of his starts this year, and it's been cut in half over his last 7. His breaking ball package is a buzzsaw.
Fly ball left field. Bowers makes the play. Retiring Verdugo.
Yeah, his whole breaking ball package, you know, the cutter, sweeper, knuckle curve has been immeasurably better. Very sharp from Clarke Schmidt, and really attack mode, just throwing strikes.
The defense behind it presented by Buick. We've seen Bowers, IKF in center, Billy McKinney in right. Infield, LeMahieu, Volpe, Torres, and Rizzo third to first. Trevino starts game 1, catching Schmidt, and Stanton's the DH. Pitch inside to Turner. 1-0. 7-game hitting streak for Turner. 13 for 28. Popped up. Volpe backs up. Outfield grass, 2 outs. Here's Rafael Devers, tied with Ohtani for the major league lead with 56 runs batted in. A .310 hitter with runners in scoring position. There's a strike. Oh, 2.
One of the keys with Clarke Schmidt, Michael, is really just getting it and going, trusting the call of the catcher. See how fast he's working nowadays. Sometimes for some pitchers, when you're struggling early in the year, you worry about the selection process. Am I throwing the right pitch? Should I be driving the bus, so to speak? And for Clarke Schmidt, following the lead has served him well. Worry about just where the pitch, the execution of the pitch, the quality of the pitch over the selection. Get it and go.
Checks the swing.
That's not to say that a pitcher doesn't have veto power at some point during the game. You can always shake off, but to start off a game, let's go. Tell me where you want it, and I'm going to make it good.
Rip foul. A new wrinkle for Schmidt. Looks like he's like arching his back and stretching before he delivers the pitch, and a couple of hops on his feet. Have you noticed that, David?
Yeah, it's just a rhythm thing, trying to bounce and get a little sense of rhythm. It's like a jump start to your delivery.
That one missed.
In golf, they call it a pre-shot routine, a little waggle. For a pitcher, it's kind of sometimes it's your feet.
Three and 2. You really have to be careful with Devers. So dangerous. 17 homers, 56 ribbies. Line drive, base hit, right field. McKinney will get it in.
Well, hitters are going to hit. The cutter up and out over the plate. The classic Devers swing.
Here's Duvall. 1-0. Looped into center field, is going to dunk in for a base hit. So Duvall with a single, moving Devers to second, first and second, 2 men out.
Well, he gets it off the end of the bat, but he also gets elevation and gets it to the outfield grass. And Kiner Falefa plays it well, better than try to dive and make that play and expose yourself to a run scoring opportunity. Hold him right here, first and second, 2 outs.
So here's Yoshida hitting .309. That's third in the American League behind Bichette and Hayes. Bichette with a .316 average leads the American League. Yoshida raised his average 12 points with the 4 hits on Friday. Red Sox beat the Yankees 15-5. Oh, 2.
Now that's a sweeper. That thing had some tremendous horizontal movement on it.
Oh, 2 on Yoshida. Bounced up there. What a pick by Trevino, holding the runners at first and second.
Oh, this is by design. You can see that breaking ball, right? Rather than try to get into a block position, use your hands, and that's taught. Tanner Swanson talks about that. Ball's outside the catcher's body. Your hands, especially Trevino's, are so good. Use them.
That one is looped out to Volpe. He'll make the catch, and that'll do it. As the Red Sox strand 2. We played 1 in the first game of a doubleheader. Yankees lead 2-0. Doubleheader, cloudy. Sun peeks through every now and then. Kanafalefa takes a strike from Mort. Yankees trying to right the ship. They've lost 6 of 9. Which makes them on pace with their record for 90 wins. And the American League is a very interesting league. There aren't as many avenues to get one of those 3 playoff spots because there are a lot of teams fighting for it. In the National League, you can actually see more realistic entry into the wild card. A wild swing by IKF. He goes down on strikes. 3rd strikeout for Ward.
See that sweeping slider? He's got stuff. You don't get to the big leagues because they like you. You know, they see something with this guy, even though he's been up and down a lot this year.
There's Billy McKinney. He's hitting all 8 games he's played. 9 for 29 with 5 extra base hits. Done a good job for the Yanks.
One thing about McKinney is he can play all 3 outfield positions. That versatility is much needed now for the Yankees.
And he walks McKinney on 4 pitches.
Alex Cora obviously going hitter to hitter right now with Caleb Ort.
Trevino takes a strike. Chopped to short. There's 1. And there's 2. 6-4-3 double play. For the Yankees, no runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left on base. We go to the bottom of the second. We might spotlight you in a future game. Arroyo leads off, takes a ball, 1-0. A lot of Yankee fans here at Fenway. Checking out the Yanks with Pops. Grounded up the middle, and a diving stop by Volpe. Gets to his feet, fires, a scoop by Rizzo, and that's an A+ play on both ends.
Agreed, Michael. That's as good as it gets. If you're a shortstop, watch the jump he gets right off the bat. Off the hop, full dive, had to dive. And then Rizzo got you on the back end. The athleticism of Anthony Volpe showing up here at Fenway.
No.
1-0 on Duran. And the 2-0.
No.
3-0. And there's ball 4. 4 in a row out of the zone, walking Duran with 1 out. So here's Hernandez. He's played 46 games at short, 8 in center, 6 at second. Foul back here and out of play. I think the experiment with him being the everyday shortstop essentially over. The arm's not there. He's more suited for second base. He plays some center, but the Red Sox defense has been a big problem this year.
Yeah, to your point, Michael, Alex Cora called him in the office and showed him the numbers and said, look, we got to start moving you around. That wasn't the plan for him to play shortstop in the beginning, but they were kind of forced into that, and as they still wait for Trevor Story to work his way back.
Keeping Duran close.
Duran can fly, so certainly anything you can do to give Trevino a chance to throw him out.
You know, one of the problems with Hernandez this year, 14 errors, and that leads to majors. They really thought that they were going to be able to re-sign Xander Bogaerts, and then the Padres just blew them out of the water, and they were caught kind of flat-footed on what to do next. As Hernandez is punched out. 2-1. You love that call, don't you?
The Ripper strikes again. Pitching Ninja on Twitter loves this guy. Watch him with the slash. Got him.
I don't think that hitters probably appreciate that.
No. The pitchers love it.
Runner goes. Pitt swung on and foul back. One and one. Duran dives back.
Love how fans still boo when you throw to first base. Predictable.
But they don't boo if the runner goes.
No.
All right, so that's his 2 throws.
Yes, that is. Boos are a little louder. If you don't know the new rules by now, then yes, he can throw over there again, but if you do not get him out, then he's awarded second base.
He's got a big lead. There's a strike. His lead that time was past the cutout, and it looked like he was going to go, but then stopped quickly. And that's a balk. You can hear the umpire say it. So Duran obviously unnerved Schmidt to the point of balking.
Take another look.
That little shoulder, right?
Yeah, however subtle that little tweak was, that little flinch. Major League Baseball is really trying to crack down on that this year.
Swing and a miss. Schmidt strikes out Wong. Red Sox strand one. We go to the third. And you hope for the best in that it's a quick recovery for Tanner. Here's Anthony Volpe. Ort still in there. An opener going at least 3 innings.
I think probably just this hitter with a lefty on deck and a lefty warming up.
Volpe has reached in 6 of his last 12 plate appearances over his last 3 games.
Murphy, the lefty, will be next and probably will face Bowers, the next hitter.
2-1.
This is potentially more than Alice Cora could have asked for from his opener to get through the lineup one time.
Tipped into the glove of Wong. Volpe down on strikes. And here comes Cora. So Ort, one time through the order. The final batter. Volpe chasing a high fastball and tipping it into the glove of Wong. That'll do it for Ort. Coming on, Chris Murphy to face Jake Bowers. Yankees lead 2-0. Chris Murphy on in relief, and he will face Jake Bowers. Nobody on and 1 out here in the third. And there's a strike. He was called up today from Worcester, the AAA affiliate for the Red Sox, as the 27th man. Teams are allowed to have 1 extra roster spot in a doubleheader. This is his 2nd big league game. His debut was June 7th, and he had 3 1/3 scoreless innings against Cleveland. 7.01 ERA in 12 games at AAA.
And Michael, you mentioned the fact that both teams are allowed a 27th man. That'll be Greg Weissert for the Yankees today.
So that was a season high 2 1/3 for Ort. Meredith, don't you have to send out happy Father's Day wishes to Disco?
Of course I do. I called him at 8 o'clock this morning. He was already up, wished him a happy Father's Day. He's down at the Jersey Shore right now, probably still trying to figure out how to watch the Yankees on his phone. We're counting on you, bud. You can do it. Happy Father's Day. We all love you.
Great guy.
I'm lucky. I'm lucky in the parents department, Michael.
You certainly are.
And I'm sure he would want me to extend a happy Father's Day to you and, of course, David.
Thank you, Disco. High fly ball down the left field line, twisting foul into the upper deck.
Closer than you think there. Just in front of the foul pole to the left. Had the distance to get out of here. Fenway Park so intimate. I mean, you feel like you could reach out and touch the people in the upper deck here. At least from where we're sitting. We're up here with them.
Tipped into the glove of Wong. Bowers down on strikes, 2 away.
You can see this kind of sweeping slider. It's in vogue. Everybody's learned how to throw one, and there's another example. Starts off almost down the middle, ends up off the plate.
Two 2-0 on Sten. Sten struck out looking in the first inning against Ort. You know, they talk about how with the machines they have now, you don't really need a lot of rehab games, and Stanton didn't have that many. I think he might have one. And he has come out off the IL, and he looks sluggish. He's had a couple of home runs, but it's not clicking. I know machines are good, but there's nothing like real live action.
Kind of a flailing swing at that slider.
Just missed. That one is drilled down the left field line. Foul ball again. Not much room, but he found it in foul territory.
Another look just to show you, yes, by that much.
High fly ball. Duran toward the line will make the play as the Yankees go down in order 1, 2, 3 against 2 Red Sox pitchers. There.
Michael, you expect he'll likely be a guy that's heading to Seattle. He's been here in Boston the past couple of days. He had that second PRP injection the other day, and he said that's a little painful to get those PRP injections. Michael, I don't know if you've ever had one. At first, it was a little sore, but now he's walking normally again. He feels as though that is going to do the trick. Originally, they thought it was one ligament. As the first PRP kind of started to work, they realized it was perhaps the second ligament that was actually giving him a little bit more trouble. So he's pretty optimistic right now. He's hoping next week he can start doing a little bit more, but it seems as though with Judge things are moving in the right direction. Unfortunately, still no timetable for him, but the fact that there is healing is a good sign.
And David, that injury is so tough for a man of his size and a right-handed power hitter.
Yeah, he really has a lot of torque and twisting on that particular toe. You know, it couldn't be a worse spot. If you're going to have an injury on your foot, you know, that's just a really tough spot because you've got to rotate right over those ligaments.
That one is sky to left field. Bowers will have to play it off the wall. And Verdugo opens up the inning with a double.
Well, we can see here Bowers kind of gets turned around, does not get a good read here as this hits low off the wall. So if he gets back there, maybe a better chance at it, but nonetheless, off the ricochet, turns and throws. You can see he turns around a couple of different ways, and then he's got to pull up at that point as that hit low off the wall.
So that extends Verdugo's hitting streak to 8 straight. And here's Justin Turner. He has a 7-game streak. And a strike from Schmidt. Bottom of the 3rd inning, 2-0 Yankees on the Torres. First inning, 2-run home run. 0-2. One-year, $15 million contract. Turner signed with the Red Sox. Foul back. Full day baseball here at Fenway. Second game slated to start slightly after 7. They have to clear out the ballpark. It's a separate admission day-night doubleheader. Blocked by Trevino. Yesterday's game was rained out about 5 o'clock. Didn't keep the teams here that long. And talking to Sean McDonough, who does the radio broadcast for the Red Sox, he said there was not a window last night to play a game. They could have waited a long time. They never would have gotten it in. Popped up. Gleyber Torres makes the play. 1 out.
Good pitch there by Schmidt, using that sinker just enough to keep him honest. Scouting report's pretty clear on him. He's got good breaking stuff, and you're going to see a lot of it, but if he throws enough of that sinker in on the hands, he can get those kind of jam shots.
Here's Devers. 0-1.
So you think all the New Yorkers that are here today that had tickets for last night's game drove home and back like you did?
No, I think they just stayed
for the weekend.
Yeah.
Full crowd. Everybody's here. So if you were here last night for the game, you're back today.
Only problem was if they came for the game and they had checked out, they had to find another hotel overnight. Tell you what, David, early in the morning, Father's Day, clear sailing on the road today. Going back, that's going to be a different story.
Yes. Coming and going.
Yankees have tomorrow off, and then 3 games against Seattle and 3 against the Texas Rangers. Rangers leading the AL West, and the Angels have played very well. They're tied with the Astros for 2nd place.
Well, it'll be a challenge. Seattle has really good pitching, and Texas has really good hitting.
Two and two. Verdugo at second, 1 man out, 2-0 Yankees, bottom of the 3rd. Spins him away. 3-2.
Love the sound effects when a hitter kind of screams to get out of the way. Good microphone work.
And he walked him. 1st and 2nd, 1 man out. The cleanup hitter, Adam Duvall, coming up.
A very important spot in the Red Sox lineup here for Adam Duvall, because you know that Devers is going to get pitched around a lot, especially with first base open.
Duvall blooped a single to center field in the 1st inning. So 1st and 2nd, One man out. High fly ball, center field. IKF comes in to make the play. Two outs.
I was talking to Aaron Boone before the game. He talked about IKF when they made the decision to make him back to a super utility guy. His first day of workouts in the outfield in spring training, the feedback was tremendous. This kid can do it. He's got great athleticism, and he's going to be fine. Here he is, Fenway Park, playing center field.
Here's Yoshida. Schmidt's been aggressive inside to the lefty batters, keeping it off the plate. Yoshida, a little humpback line drive to end the first inning with runners on first and second. And that line drive was to Anthony Volpe. So 2-0 on Yoshida.
It's the type of lineup Alex Cora loves. The back and forth, left, right, left, right.
Well, you could just tell from some of the comments from Cora, he's not thrilled with the composition of this roster. I mean, his money quote was, "The roster is what the roster is." Two-one. High fly ball, center field. IKF is there to make the play for the final out. Red Sox strand two. We go to the fourth. It's 2-0 Yanks. Out right now with our producer Troy Benjamin as the guest. And can you imagine, David, the pressure on Troy? First of all, Flip's his boss. Second of all, Flip is one of the greatest producers in television history, and he's going to grill Troy Benjamin. I'm going to listen to this one for sure. I know that our director Dan Barr is going, "Where's my invite? Why am I not on?"
Stay tuned.
Great podcast with Flip and Justin Shackle. So 3-0 on Torres. His swing, the difference in the game, a 2-run home run in the first. He gets a green light on 3-0 and grounds it to Devers across the diamond. One away.
I guess you don't really need a podcast, do you? You kind of do a radio show, right?
I'm out of words.
Yeah, that's it.
You have a podcast with Justin Shackle.
Yeah, Justin Shackle's all over the place.
And also James Smythe.
Rising Stars.
Inside to Anthony Rizzo. You know, they should make a commercial for your podcast and have El Duque ask you, "Hey, Coney, why don't you have a podcast?"
Yes. I'm going to call him up. I'm going to steal that.
For those younger viewers out there, it was for Adidas, right?
It was.
It was Adidas commercial. El Duque with the high leg kick. Everybody was doing the El Duque, and Coney was in a nightclub, and El Duque said, "Why don't you have a?" No, was it El Duque who said it?
Louis Soho.
Louis Soho said it. That's right.
Yeah.
Why don't you have a podcast, or why don't you have a dance?
It took us 17 takes for Louis Soho to get that line out.
Well, it came out perfect in the finished product.
There were some great commercials back then, and Adidas. And
3-2 on Rizzo.
the Ansky commercials.
Mm-hmm.
You got to go to YouTube if you want to look them up.
They were all there. 3-2. Spoiled that one. Stays alive. So the lefty on the mound is not something that scares Rizzo. He's hitting .396 against left-handers with a .473 on base percentage. What do you think makes him so good against left-handed pitching?
It's the approach. You know, he really does have a two-strike approach. He stays in there. He stays close so well. He doesn't give an inch. That's one of the keys on lefty on lefty. You can see him there. He's just battling, staying alive, choking up a little bit, fighting off pitches. He just becomes a tough out, especially with two strikes. Choking up even more.
Fly ball right field. Verdugo on the run. He's there to make the play.
Hey, Connie, why don't you have a dance?
What acting, David. Wow.
Should have got an Emmy for that right there. Those eyes. Marty Feldman eyes.
Wow. Now our young viewers are scrambling to Google Marty Feldman.
Yeah, there you go. Just completely dating myself right and left here. That commercial actually did win an Emmy.
And that was a portent of things to come, to show that you were going to make your living in front of a camera.
Who knew?
Two and one. Soft ground ball, charging Hernandez. And he held on to it. Turner did for the final out as the Yankees go down in order. We go to the bottom of the fourth. Why don't you have a dance, Coney? Google Cloud, this is what Clark Schmidt's been doing, David.
Yeah, led by the sweeper, the cutter, sinker, and the knuckle curve, and he gets outstanding spin on all of those. Sharp breaking pitches. Location, much better.
David, did he just shelve the cutter that he really had concentrated on in spring training?
I wouldn't say shelved it, but I think a little more emphasis maybe on that sweeper. As we saw, that was the highest percentage of usage.
Yeah, they were all excited about the cutter during spring training, but once the regular season started, people were hitting that pitch.
Yeah, I mean, the cutter's for lefties, but when you leave it over the plate, it's hittable. It's kind of an all or nothing pitch. Very effective if you get it inside the lefties or on the outside corner. But if you miss over the heart of the plate, it's kind of flat, and that's right to the barrel of the bat. And there's no doubt about his approach to right-handed hitters. I mean, he's really good with that sinker in on the fist. We just saw that. And then a combination of breaking stuff away. He's got the formula for right-handed batters. It's all about left-handed approach. Finding something that works, getting that cutter inside, throwing enough sinkers to keep him honest on the inside corner, and then finishing with sweepers and curveballs.
Fly ball, center field, coming on. Kiner-Falefa, he puts it away. He's had 3 straight putouts dating back to last inning. And here's the StatCast 3D on his cutter.
The usage and the opposing average against is directly correlated to the location of that pitch, along with the slugging. Night and day, slugging over 900 down to 273.
So is he throwing it better, or is he not throwing it to lefties and throwing it to righties, moving away from them?
I think he's just throwing it better, generally speaking.
Ground ball to first. Rizzo flips to Schmidt. 2 away.
You know, there was always a stretch when Clark Schmidt was struggling early in the year that there'd be a handful of mistakes over the heart of the plate that got hammered. He's eliminated those for the most part. Certainly minimalized it as you see him get over there. Cover first base. This is the part where you could use a few extra seconds on the pitch clock here. And catch your breath.
Popped up off the bat of Hernandez. And Trevino runs out of room. So let's talk about a trade, David. Let's say you're covering first base and the clock is ticking and you're out of breath. Is it worth giving up a ball?
It's worth giving up a ball or even a mound visit potentially, depending on the point of the game. If it's maybe middle innings or even the latter innings where you have several mound visits left, there's nothing wrong with burning a mound visit. I said this before. I think there should be no mound visits left on the scoreboard by the end of the game. That's an easy way just to call your catcher out, take the mound visit, get an extended break.
Swing and a miss. A 1-2-3 inning for Clark Schmidt as the Red Sox go down in order, and we will go to the fifth. It's 2-0 Yanks. Sat for your dad today, also direct to consumer. IKF leads off the fifth inning and takes a strike from Chris Murphy. Foul back. I have a dad joke for you, David.
Okay.
Ready? So last night I was reading a book on anti-gravity. Couldn't put it down.
That is a dad joke.
IKF strikes out, one away.
We've seen some pretty good breaking stuff here from Murphy today. He's really looked sharp.
There's Billy McKinney. 1-0.
If you come to the stadium early and watch pitchers warm up, you'll see a bunch of weighted balls everywhere. Throwing against the walls, training for velocity.
Did you ever do that?
Never. That was not something that was even around at that point in time 20 years ago or so. It's become in vogue over the last 10 years or give or take.
Didn't Mariano like windmill his arm with weighted ball before he warmed up?
Yeah, he actually used it sort of to stretch but not to throw.
Right.
Seems like every reliever. We've seen Murphy up to 97 miles an hour on the top end with his fastball. Every year, more and more pitchers are building velocity, are gaining velocity, chasing velocity, and also getting hurt as well. Last year, almost 50%, 51% of all pitchers in the big leagues ended up on the IL. So flip a coin.
Fly ball left field. Duran retires McKinney.
But the lure of chasing velocity is too strong. That will get you another chance at the big leagues if you can light up the gun. I think it will come full circle. We're seeing more pitchers that getting back to the craft of pitching as well. But no doubt that velocity plays.
Here's Trevino. 1-0. Knocked down by Devers, but no play. He backhanded it. Looked like it hit off the heel and dropped straight down, allowing Trevino to reach.
Get another look. It looked like he got handcuffed. No, he just missed it. That's why they call it a boot. Missed the glove, hit the boot.
Now, I would say that that's an error, but I'm sorry, I can't even do it anymore. I mean, we can't even think along with the official scorers. Oh, they do give an error. After Friday, I don't know. I'm scarred.
It's because it hit him in the boot. If it gets down the line, it's probably a hit. He's there. That did not feel good, I guarantee you, when it hit him in the foot.
You sound like a Canadian when you say that.
Hit him in the foot.
No, a boot.
A boot. A boot. It's the old saying, the old bench jockeying saying on the bench would be, put a glove on your foot.
2-2 on Volpe, who struck out in the third. And a tip into the glove of Wong, and Volpe strikes out to end the inning. No runs, no hits, one error, and one man left. We're halfway through. Yankees up by 2. Clark Schmidt really does struggle third time through the order. Audi scoreboard 2-0. Yankees over the Red Sox. So Connor Wong is the last batter he'll face for the second time, and then to the top of the order, it's the third time through.
Absolutely, and as we said before, with a fully rested bullpen, I would anticipate Aaron Boone to be very aggressive in this game in the middle innings.
Are the struggles third time through the order more fatigue, or just the batters get a better clue on you?
Yeah, that's part of it. Yeah, the more they see you, the less effective you can become. But I do believe Clark Schmidt has kind of turned a corner in that regard. Been so much better lately, and his pitch count is in good shape too. So that's another part of the equation. And when you hit the third time through the order, what's your pitch count and what kind of shape are you in? He has filled up the strike zone. 42 strikes out of 67 pitches so far for Clark Schmidt. A 63% strike usage. That is really good.
Fly ball left field coming on Bowers. He makes the play for the first out to retire Wong. All right, this begins third time through the order. No one warming up for the Yankees. David mentioned that the pitch count's in very good shape. Just 68 through 4 1/3. Verdugo with a double to left field in the third over the head of Bowers, just off the base of the Green Monster. And that extended his hitting streak to 8 straight. Two 2-0.
I think a next piece of the puzzle for Clark Schmidt would be to learn a changeup, something to fade away from these left-handed hitters. So when he falls behind, he's kind of reduced to trying to paint breaking balls on the back door. A cutter there to get to 2-1, and then misses again with kind of a sweeper. So you end up, when you fall behind left-handed pitchers, left-handed batters rather, to try to make perfect pitches. That's hard to do. A good changeup fading in the strike zone could get you some ground balls.
And there's ball 4. Now I remember something, David, that Andy Pettit told me. When he first came up to the big leagues, he was a changeup pitcher. Then he developed the cutter, and he said it's really hard for a pitcher to throw a changeup and a cutter because it's completely different the way you throw the ball. Is it tough?
It can be, depending on release point and how your grip is on the ball. If you're holding kind of a natural off-center fastball and promoting a cutter, that can be hard to pronate and get the ball to move the opposite direction. Prime example of that was Jim Abbott, who had to get his hand into the glove because of his birth defect. So he threw nothing but cutters, and he couldn't throw the ball to make it move the other way, away from right-handed batters.
And Mariano also, when he came up, had a really good changeup. He was a fastball changeup guy. Then the cutter came to him, and the changeup went away. He didn't need it, obviously. But Andy said it was very difficult to throw both effectively.
You know, sometimes you can go to a splitter and try to use a different grip.
High fly ball left field again. Bowers turned the wrong way. Now he rights himself and leaps and can't make the play. As Verdugo will stop at third. Turner gets himself a double. And how about Anthony Volpe all the way out there to play the carom off the wall?
Great pickup, Michael. Yes, you'll see here. I mean, if you've never played left field here at Fenway Park, you don't realize how it can mess with your head. You get there, do you not? Where's the wall? I got to jump. And yes, Volpe with a heads-up play right there. You can see he's kind of drifting, didn't get to the wall soon enough, and then time your jump. It's a lot harder than you think it is.
Well, the two next man up guys that have done so well for the Yankees offensively, Willie Calhoun and Jake Bowers, the fact is they are not great defenders. You know, Bowers played right field on Friday, but you want your best outfielder in right here at Fenway, and you try to hide your worst one at left. Willie Calhoun got exposed, and twice today Jake Bowers has. They're just not good defenders. They're good hitters. So here is Devers. Yankees play in at the corners, back at short and second. Now Rizzo backs up as well. So a ground ball gets the Red Sox a run.
And Aaron Boone has Michael King warming up to show you how he feels about this game and this spot in this game.
Fouled off his foot. He's hurting.
You know, the Yankees have talked about this, and Matt Blake especially has said, you know, we just hunt out the highest leverage spots for our bullpen guys. And whether it's right now here in the 5th, or if it's in the 7th, or sometimes in the 8th. But you know, the key to this ball game might be right here, right now. This sequence.
So 0-2 on Devers, who was walked and singled. Now all four infielders back. One and two. Two and two on Devers.
Good pitch, good take. Schmidt tried the knuckle curve down and in. Devers did not even bite. If he could paint a two-seamer on the inside corner, he might get him looking.
That one is chopped to Volpe. Run will score. Outs made at first. Moving to third is Turner. Red Sox on the board. It's 2-1 Yanks. '57th ribby for Devers.
Well, pretty good job there by Schmidt. He got ahead of Devers and then got him on the ground. So with 2 outs, what you'll hear from the Yankee bench right there is leave him out there, meaning leave Justin Turner on third base. Get out of this inning right now.
Here's Duvall, 1 for 2. Runner at third, 2 outs. And a strike. So the double off the wall by Turner extends his hitting streak to 8 straight. 2-1 Yankees lead, bottom of the 5th. 0-2.
Good job, 2 hitters in a row to jump ahead 0-2 by Schmidt. First sense of trouble he's really had today. one pitch from getting out of this and retaining the lead.
He's taking his time between pitches. He's using every second of the clock, taking a little walk behind the mound, collect himself. Driven to left field. That is going to be off the wall. That'll tie the game as Turner scores. Duvall will stop at first with an RBI single. It's 2-2. And that'll do it for Schmidt.
Yeah, that's one he's going to want back tonight when he puts his head on his pillow. An 0-2 hanging sweeper that ends up tying this game up and ending his day. It's not what he was trying to do, obviously. And you can tell right there. Those are the ones that kill you. 2 out RBIs and an 0-2 count.
Well, the 1 out walk didn't help him. Misplay in left field also didn't help him. Then he didn't help himself. Yankees go to the bullpen. Strikeouts in 37 innings. And he's going to have to face Yoshida. And let's take a look at the leaders brought to you by Citizens. Made ready. He is 3rd in the American League in batting average. Bo Bichette first at 316. Austin Hayes having a really good year at 312. Then Yoshida at 307. Yoshida is 0 for 2 this afternoon in game 1. Runner at first base. 2 men out. And there's a strike from King. Yoshida was 0 for 12. And they checked out 0 for 11 last weekend against the Yankees, and he had 4 hits against them on Friday, but 0 for 2 in this game. The Yankees will have to take both games of this doubleheader in order to not lose 2 straight series to the Red Sox. So it's a 2-2 game here in the bottom of the 5th. It's been mostly an overcast, cloudy day. The sun trying to peek through right now. The field bathed in sunlight. You see some shadows out there. An RBI ground out by Devers. An RBI single off the wall by Duvall. Knocked Schmidt out of the game and tied the game at 2. Scooped the other way and out of play.
Well, Alex Cora has to be thrilled with the way this game has gone so far with his opener strategy, including a call-up from AAA, who has shut the Yankees down over the last 3 innings. He's got Brian Bayo scheduled to start the 2nd game, a good young pitcher.
High fly ball left center, drifting over IKF, calls off Duvall. Check that, calls off Bowers and makes the play for the final out. Red Sox tie the score. New first game of the day-night doubleheader. Murphy's still in there, top of the Yankee order. Bowers rips one inside first. It's a fair ball and kicks down the right field line. Bowers rounds first. He's going to second. The throw from Verdugo is not in time, over the head of everybody. So Bowers with his 2nd double of the game.
Get another look at this slider. He stays in there and hooks it right down the line. And at this point, you got to make a decision. As soon as he sees him slide over there to get the ball, Bowers goes. Going to be in there, as Michael said, with the 2nd double. You got to make a decision right here. I'm going to go. He made the right call.
Now Cora makes the call to the bullpen. The double by Bowers knocks Murphy out of the game. So in a 2-2 game, Cora goes to his pen with Giancarlo Stanton coming up. .178 opponent's batting average against leads the majors. David Freese declined an invitation to join the Cardinals Hall of Fame. And Pete Alonso with a quick recovery, reinstated from the 10-day IL after missing just 11 games. He was expected to miss 3 to 4 weeks. Pivetta on in relief with a runner at second, and the first pitch to Stanton is low and away, 1-0.
What? I'm not worthy? Is that what that David Freese there? I'm not worthy?
I don't know.
I think I saw a quote where he said that he had such respect for the Redcoats, as they call them there in St. Louis. He did not see himself in that category. And it's the first one of those you'll see.
Yeah, very odd.
Thanks, but no thanks. I'm not worthy.
One and two on Stanton. Stanton's 0 for 2. The double by Bowers, 12 of Bowers' last 16 hits have been for extra bases. He's really done a good job offensively. Swing and a miss. Stanton down on strikes, 1 away here in the 6th.
Well, the Red Sox really hope that Pivetta takes to relieving. Maybe his fastball will play up as it did just there.
So here's Torres, the Yankee offense today, with the 2-run home run in the first. Couldn't hold up. 0-1. 8 starts for Pivetta, a 6.30 ERA before he was moved to the bullpen. And as David said, they're hoping he takes to this role. He's pitched better in this role. 30 years old. Grew up idolizing Roy Halladay. Grew up Victoria, British Columbia. When they first moved into the bullpen, he became like a 2 or 3 inning reliever. Now his outings are getting shorter and more frequent, so they like what they see. Two and two.
Pivetta's always had a pretty good high fastball, 4-seamer, a good curveball down low, and in the middle pitch you just saw that slider away. So he's got a pitch for everybody, really. Get righties or lefties out. He was kind of burned by what you mentioned before with Clark Schmidt. That 3rd time through the order as a starter really kind of pushed him to the bullpen.
Foul back. Yankees have just 3 hits. Torres with the 2-run home run and Bowers with the 2 doubles. McKinney walked and Trevino reached on an E5. That's the Yankee offense today. Yankees still adjusting to life without Judge. 30 and 19. They score about 5 runs a game with Judge. Without him, they're 9 and 12, and they score 3.5 runs per game. A stark difference. So 3-2 as Pivetta steps off. Fly ball, right field, coming on Verdugo. Makes the play. On the Red Sox, the defensive side of the ball, Verdugo is the only one that would be looked at as somewhat of a plus defender. Everybody else struggles. So 2 down. Bauer still at second, and here is Anthony Rizzo. One and 0.
Well, with the Judge injury, as you mentioned, Michael, somebody's got to step up. Certainly, Anthony Rizzo turning it around would be a big help, along with Giancarlo Stanton. You need the big guys to really step up.
High fly ball. Center field. Duvall makes the play, and Pivetta does the job. Bowers stranded at second. Montefiore Einstein scoreboard 2-2. And Arroyo leads off. Swings at the first pitch and taps it to Rizzo, who will take it himself. One pitch, one out. Yeah, you look up at the scoreboard, we mentioned 3 hits for the Yankees. Since Aaron Judge went down with the injury in LA, the Yankees as a team, are hitting .205. It's hard to win games when you don't score runs, David.
Yeah, that's the lowest in the major leagues, by the way, and their .625 OPS is second lowest to the Royals.
And it's really hard to blame the Bowers and the IKFs of the world because they're doing their job. It's the other guys that really have to step up and perform just to the back of their baseball card. Rizzo, Stanton, LeMahieu. Otherwise, I don't know if you could make up for the loss of a Judge. That one skied right down the line. It's a foul ball off the bat of Duran. And also we should add Donaldson to that. He's hitting home runs, but hitting under 200. So those are the guys that really have to carry this team with Judge out.
Donaldson 8 hits on the year, 6 of them are home runs.
He's sitting out this game, obviously playing the nightcap. First game of a day-night doubleheader. It's 2-2 Yankees and the Red Sox. Michael King on a relief of Clark Schmidt.
Good pitch there. Changeup just missing down and away. 10 pitches, 7 strikes for Michael King so far.
It's hard to be in this ballpark and not think of all the moments between these two teams that occurred here. And on this date in 1977, one of the most outrageous things you could ever imagine. It was on national television, a Yankees-Red Sox game. And in the bottom of the 6th inning, Jim Rice lofted a shallow fly ball to right. That one is ripped into center field. IKF comes on to make the play. And Billy Martin thought that Reggie Jackson didn't give it the proper effort. Rice got a double. And in the middle of the inning, Billy sent Paul Blair out to right field to tell Reggie you're out of the game. And it set off something on national TV that you just can't imagine that it happened, David. Even today it seems outrageous. You can see Reggie saying, Paul, me? And then they had words in the dugout separated only by Elston Howard and Yogi Berra from it getting even worse. Can you imagine that happening today?
If you want to put 1970 Yankees baseball in a time capsule and bury it, put that video in it.
Now Reggie went up to the clubhouse, and Fran Healy was on that team, said go to the hotel, because he just was afraid of what would happen when at the end of the game Billy would come up and they would confront each other. They somehow kept it together and won the World Series that year.
Elston Howard just never got enough credit for not only the type of player he was, dealing with the racial issues that he had to deal with, but the type of person and coach he was as well. Tremendously respected, as you know better than anybody, Michael, and growing up in New York and watching him, or as a Yankee fan and hearing about him. Underrated, undervalued Elston Howard.
He was a quiet lieutenant for Billy Martin, for sure. But just an incredible part of Yankee Red Sox history right there. And again, that game was on national TV for all of the world to see. Chop slowly to third. LeMahieu bare hands, fires, not in time. A single for Hernandez. Nice play by DJ to make it close.
Probably the only chance he had is to be perfect. Bare hand to get something on it, but Kike Hernandez just runs too well. Outruns that throw.
Here's Connor Wong, 0 for 2 against Schmidt. First time up against King, swing and a miss. Oh and 2. High drive, left field, going back. Bowers turning, looking. He's going to play it off the wall. Hernandez rounds third. They're waving him home. The throw is cut off by Rizzo. It's a double and an RBI for Wong, and the Red Sox lead 3-2.
Well, you can see the slider stays down and in, and Wong just drops the barrel of the bat on the ball, and once it gets high up off the wall, Kike Hernandez is off to the races. You can see with 2 outs, no reason to read that ball at all. Just go, and he does. And he's just too fast. The minute it's up, he's gone. Hits the wall about now, no hesitation.
Pitch outside to Verdugo, 1-0. So the Red Sox down 2-0, scored 2 in the 5th, now 1 in the 6th. They lead 3-2, bottom of the 6th inning. High fly ball left field again. Bowers back again. Track. Turns. Looks. He's going to have to play it off the wall. Wong scores. It's a double for Verdugo. And it is 4-2 Red Sox. They're playing wall ball.
Yes, they are. When you play at Fenway Park, this is a huge part of the game here. And he who wins the game of wall ball usually wins the outcome of the game as well. Advantage Red Sox so far.
Well, you've said it many times, David. You're a pitcher. That wall has a heartbeat.
It does. It was Dan Quisenberry who coined that phrase. First guy I heard say it, the longtime great reliever for the Royals. When you're on the pitcher's mound and the ball starts banging off of that wall, you start to hear a heartbeat. You can feel it thumping. It's definitely a psychological effect that can have on any pitcher here. There's no other place like this place. The only comparable is maybe Wrigley Field with the wind blowing out.
There's Justin Turner. One and 0. Two and 0. No one up in the Yankee pen. All started with a slow roller to third. That would have been the 3rd out. Then a double, and all of a sudden the Red Sox lead 4-2. That one is looped into left field. It is a base hit. Verdugo coming home. He scores. It's an RBI single for Turner. Oh, with 2 outs, and the Red Sox lead now 5-2.
Let's see, this sinker gets cut off before it sinks inside, and Turner gets enough of it to find the outfield grass. Two-out RBIs are so huge for hitters and backbreakers for pitchers.
Pitch outside to Devers. Devers 1 for 2 with a walk and a ribby. Way outside. Now some stirring in the Yankee bullpen. Nick Ramirez. (3-0) on Devers.
That's the pitch the Kings kind of had trouble with today, is getting that good slider over for strikes consistently. It's the one he left down and in to Wong.
And he walked him on 4 pitches. An infield single at third, and since then the inning has unraveled. And that brings up Duvall.
This will probably be King's last hitter one way or another.
There's a strike. Duvall with 2 hits and 3 at bats. RBI single his last time out. That was the last batter that Schmidt faced, and that single was off the left field wall. Now Wall's come into play a lot today. One and one. Oh, nice pick by Trevino again. 2-1.
You see he's on one knee. The only chance he's got to get this is with the hands. There's no way you could get your body out there to block that. Trevino with some of the best hands in the game back there.
You know, and that's not done by accident. When I make the walk from when I do the radio show up to the booth at about 6:30, and I walk past where Tanner Swanson works with Trevino and Higashioka, they put in incredible work. They are working on that specific thing all the time. Swanson does such a great job, and the guys respond to it. High fly ball, left field. Bowers has room this time, makes the play, and that'll do it. But the Red Sox put a 3 spot on the board. We will go to the 7th. Red Sox lead 5-2. Moment more. Well, the Red Sox now have a 3-run lead, 5-2. DJ LeMahieu will lead off against Nick Pivetta. Came in to get the final 3 outs of the 6th inning. Yankees have just 3 hits, and it's not against the A-line pitching that the Red Sox have. An opener, a guy in a second big league game, and Nick Pivetta, who's been demoted to the bullpen, but has been pitching well, as we detail. It's a strike. Two and one.
You know, the strategies by both managers, you can kind of sense it. Alex Cora kind of setting up tonight's game. He's got his good young starter going. Tried the opener in this one. The extra man, 27th man, called up, pitched. Now you got a lead. Aaron Boone had Mike King ready to go in the 5th inning. Out of 36 pitches King threw, just 1 swing and miss. That's very un-King-like. So for whatever reason, he was a little flat today, and now the Yankees are down 3.
Swing and a miss. LeMahieu down on strikes. He's 0 for 3.
Well, this is Nick Pivetta style. It's a high-low game. Fastball's high, breaking ball's low.
And one of the things that really has to concern you about LeMahieu is the high strikeout total. That's not his game. So he's hitting in the 230s, also not his game. Having one of his worst seasons, but the strikeout total's alarming, really.
Yeah, that's not him as well. That's not what we're accustomed to. Is DJ LeMahieu, one of the best of his generation at bat-to-ball skills. The great contact hitters of his era.
I mean, you look up and see him hitting 235. This is a 2-time batting champion. And the claim is that he's healthy. Remember, before he hurt his toe last year, he's having a tremendous season.
And Michael, we've continually asked Aaron Boone whether or not he believes DJ LeMahieu is healthy, and he says yes, there's nothing wrong with that toe. DJ LeMahieu seconds that. Aaron Boone saying more, he's getting himself in unfavorable counts. That's causing him to chase, and the strikeouts, as you mentioned, certainly up this year.
I guess even questioning whether or not he's healthy is a testament to how good of a hitter he has always been. Because you're looking for reasons why he would hit or not hit this way. But they claim he's healthy.
And Aaron Boone said the other day, we believe in DJ LeMahieu and the hitter that he is. He is going to find a way to get it right, but we just have not seen that early in the season.
Swing and a miss. IKF strikes out for the 3rd time today.
Takes the high road once again on up the ladder.
Yankees got 2 hits in the 1st inning, and since then they've had 1 hit. So Bowers has 2 doubles, Torres with the home run. 5-9-1 Red Sox, 2-3-0 for the Yanks. 1-0.
One thing you'll notice from Pivetta, just pitching predominantly from the stretch right now. Thinking like a reliever and working like one.
2-1 on Billy McKinney, who was walked and had a fly ball to left.
If I had it to do all over again, Michael, I'd pitch from the stretch full time. I just feel like there's less moving parts, less that can go wrong. Hide your pitches better.
Do you think it takes velocity away?
I'm not so sure it does, really. I mean, you're going to pitch from the stretch with base runners anyway.
Right. Two. Soft ground ball to first. Turner takes it himself. The Yankees go down in order. Time for the 7th inning stretch at Fenway. Alex Verdugo in the first game of this day-night doubleheader. Yoshida will lead off against a new Yankee pitcher, Nick Ramirez, his 11th game. Pitch outside. Yoshida 0 for 3. 2-0. There's a strike. 2-1.
Yankees 2 hits in the first inning, including Gleyber Torres' home run. Just 1 hit since. 2 runs and 3 hits on the day.
Driven out to right center field. Long run for IKF. It's going to go into that triangle and bang around out there. Yoshida around second. He's going to third. The throw is not nearly in time. It's a leadoff triple for Yoshida.
Well, this is where the triples happen at Fenway Park. You can see that slider up and out over the plate. Yoshida gets some leverage on it. Is able to go out and hook it into the triangle. And the minute it gets out there, anything can happen. It can bounce around. It's hard to corral.
The Yankees have to bring the infield in. They're down by 3. Their offense is stalled. They can't afford to just give up a run on a ground ball. 1-0 on Arroyo. 2-0. And there's a ball, and that's going to score a run. 6-2 Red Sox. What'd you see here, David?
Well, from the stretch position, even though a man's on third instead of first, you still have to have a discernible stop. Not sure if it was discernible stop or if there was a rocking action there.
2-1. So the Red Sox have scored in the last 3 innings. 2 in the 5th, 3 in the 6th, and 1 here in the 7th. I lead 6-2. Oh, what a play by Gleyber Torres. Took a hit away from Arroyo.
Yeah, well timed by Gleyber. You can see this is smoked up the middle. No time for anything except just to get up.
Here's Duran. And there's a strike. Oh, that's Ref Snyder pinch hitting. So he takes a strike. High fly ball left field. Bauer's back. Will make the play in left center. 2 down. And here's Hernandez. Red Sox 6-10-1. Yankees 2-3-0. There's a strike. Line drive. It's a base hit to left field. Second hit for Hernandez. And that is going to do it for the Yankee lefty. As Boone will go to the bullpen, he'll call in the 27th man. Called up for the doubleheader, Greg Weissert, with a runner on first base and 2 outs. Yankees trail this one 6-2. Yankee pitcher. Weissert extremely closed on the mound. His foot is actually pointing toward the green monster. He's had 5 games up here, shuttled back and forth between the Bronx and Scranton. There's that foot pointing toward the green monster. There's a strike.
But it's not only Father's Day, it's an anniversary too, Michael. Harold and Patricia Levy are celebrating their 64th wedding anniversary today. The parents of Andrew Levy, a good friend of ours.
Foul back, happy anniversary.
64 years.
I'm looking forward to celebrating my 64th one. I'm 114 years old.
Yes, right. Don't do the math. It's depressing.
$11 hits for the Red Sox, 3 for the Yankees. That one just missed. 2-2. You see in center field, they have the tarp over the seats in dead center. That tarp will be removed for game 2. They only have that tarp on the batter's eye in day games because people would be wearing white shirts. In night games, they allow people to sit there. Foul back.
There's always talk, too, about tall left-handed pitchers, especially are tough to pick up in the daytime here. Bruce Hurst had a lot of success here back in the 80s with the Red Sox.
Tipped into the glove of Trevino, and Wong down on strikes. Another run for the Red Sox, though, as we go to the 8th. After this game and the nationally televised game 2 of the doubleheader tonight. Boy, that Wednesday game, Yankees and the Mariners, that's going to be special. Garrett Cole against Luis Castillo. Quite a pitching matchup.
Probably 2 All-Stars and maybe even a couple of candidates to start the All-Star game. I'm sure those 2 guys are on a short list depending on how their rotation lines up for the All-Star game.
Ref Snyder, you see, takes over in left. And Trevino lofts one to right. Verdugo makes the play. Now, we've mentioned that it's Father's Day, and we go back to 1972, where Charlie O'Finley, who owned the Oakland Athletics, had a Father's Day promotion that anybody who had a mustache would get free admission to the game. And the A's won 9-0 against Cleveland. And Vida Blue, a 4-hit shutout. But the amazing thing, in spring training of that year, Finley offered every single one of his A's players $300 to grow a mustache. Now, you might say $300. Well, he was very tight with the dollar. And money was not as prevalent in baseball as it is now. And everybody on the team grew a mustache except for Vida Blue, because Vida Blue was in the middle of a contract dispute, didn't want any part of it. Would you have ever grown a mustache?
Yeah, I'd have trouble.
Yeah.
I don't know if you'd see it. I shave once a week.
You're lucky.
Well, Charlie Finley, he's the one that came up with all those nicknames, right? Catfish, Catfish Hunter, and
Blue Moon on him.
Yeah, Blue Moon.
1-2 on Volpe, who has struck out twice today. How's that awful mustache? Wow. Can't see mine either.
Well, you could dye it like you used to dye your hair back in the day there.
I lost a bet once. I didn't dye it from vanity.
Just for Men works right there on above your lip too.
Raleigh had the classic one. The handlebar mustache.
He still got it too, I think.
Popped up on the right side. Who's going to get this? Turner can't. Bounces into the seat, so Volpe will get another swing. Turner has had one game at first base since 2016, before this recent stretch where Costas has struggled so much they decided to play Turner a lot at first. One game there since 2016. Just missed.
Nice little comeback here from Anthony Volpe, down 0-2, back in it at 3-2 here.
And he strikes out again. 3 strikeouts for Volpe.
Yeah, tough one. Swung a ball 4, up and in. Can't do anything with that one.
Well, that'll bring up 60% of the Yankee offense. He has 2 of the 3 hits, 2 doubles for Bowers. We're in the 8th inning, 6-2 Red Sox. Oh and 1. Line to right at Turner, and then the Yankees go down in order. The last 9 Yankees have gone down in order. Hyundai scoreboard, bottom of the 8th. Weissert still in there. And deals out of the strike zone to Verdugo. Top of the Red Sox order. They're up by 4. Two and 0. Popped up, left side. LeMahieu. That's in fair territory. He makes the play. 1 away here in the 8th. Turner 2 for 4. Inside. Two and 0.
Turner's hot June has continued here today. 2 more hits.
He is 15 for 32.
It's just a matter of time before Weissert gets an extended look in the big leagues, because his stuff is razor blade sharp at times.
Ground ball to Volpe. Turner retired for the second out. And here's Devers.
A little different feel at Fenway, right? When the home team's beating the Yankees. Now they're doing the wave. Right on the heels of Sweet Caroline.
Always wondered how Sweet Caroline became the song here. Neil Diamond's from New York.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Doesn't matter what the standings say. It's Yankees Red Sox. They're a little giddy today.
The 0-2. Strike three. Good inning for Weissert. As the Red Sox go down in order, Yankees will try to rally in the ninth. They are down 6-2. And he will try to get the final 3 outs, and he'll face Stanton, Torres, and Rizzo. Stanton's 0 for 3. Torres is the Yankee offense. The 2-run home run in the first. He's 1 for 3. And Rizzo is 0 for 3. You see the numbers on Martin. Had a very good year. Just 2 walks.
He's a veteran right-hander at this point. Knows what he's doing out there. He can make the ball move left to right or right to left. Sinker, cutter, four-seamer. He's got good stuff.
So here is Giancarlo Stanton, 0 for 3, and since coming off the IL, 5 for 37 with about a .250 on-base percentage. And a strike from Martin. One and one. Soft ground ball at third. Devers charges, gathers, and gets Stanton one away. Well, stay tuned after the final out for today's W.B. Mason Yankees postgame to get highlights, analysis, and player reaction from the clubhouse. Plus, Aaron Boone on the manager's report and a look ahead to Game 2 tonight. We'll also have postgame coverage after Game 2 of the night game of the day-night doubleheader, which will be on ESPN. Where's Gleyber Torres? The Yankees have had 1 hit since the first inning. A leadoff double in the 6th inning by Bowers. That's it.
Yeah, their expected batting average on the day collectively 162. So it's not a lot of hard hit balls as well.
One and one. Fly ball right field, backing up Verdugo. Plenty of room out there. 2 outs. Yankees are down to their final out. And that brings up Rizzo. Now, Rizzo had 3 RBIs on Friday. But since he suffered that neck injury, banging into Fernando Tatis Jr., he is 3 for his last 44. And an on-base percentage of 163 and slugging 091. And he's the cleanup hitter today. You know, you realize how important Aaron Judge is. But that doesn't give everybody an excuse to just pack it in and not hit. Everybody has gone into this collective slump. It can't be just because of one man. You can't give up because Aaron Judge is out. And if they don't have this rally, David, the thing that's disconcerting about this game is they've gone down meekly.
That's the point. The quality of the at-bats, the quality of the contact. You could trust the process if you're hitting the ball hard, and you can say it's going to turn around. They need to get better at bats. And that's not just hitting the ball hard, that's getting on base too as well. seeing more pitches, taking your share of walks.
We told you their on-base percentage is about 300, which is third worst in the majors. Only the White Sox and the Royals have lower on-base percentages. That one is looped into left field. It's a base hit for Rizzo as the Yankees stay alive here in the ninth.
Well, he'll take it on that high cutter that he fights off. It's a good two-strike approach there.
LeMahieu grounds one and grabbed there by Arroyo, fires to first, and that will do it. As the Red Sox beat the Yankees in the first game of the day-night doubleheader by a score of 6-2. Clark Schmidt pitched well for a bit, then third time through the order, and some misfortune. He ends up giving it up, and the Yankees end up losing 6-2. We'll come back, wrap things up, post-game after that.